Hello everybody, this will be a complete swing trade tutorial for altcoins and how I swing trade them using Market Cipher B. If you guys like any of this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Along with, I'll leave a link in the Discord to more trades that I post. First and foremost, when looking for a swing trade using these altcoins, what the first thing you want to look for and based off of is a divergence. And what we are looking for in this case is a bullish divergence where we have price, as you can see the blue line, it's making a lower low as our oscillator or our indicator is making a higher low. And so they are diverging from each other, creating a imbalance in price. And so that's the first thing you need to look for. With that, I like to use the 1 hour time frame at the least. Usually I'd like to check between the 1 and 4 hour time frame. Usually I get pretty confident when I see divergences on the 2 hour time frame and down. But anyways, what you need to have on your chart is a price going to a level. You need to have a plan for the trade and a price reacting to a level. This will create a sort of extra support where divergence is confirming that it's going to bounce off of that support. And so in this example, this was a swing trade that I took back in early January based off the 2 hour time frame. And what I have on my chart is Market Cipher. I have 2 Market Cipher Bs on my chart, and this is what I usually use. And then for tutorial examples, this is Market Cipher B also, but I turned everything off and just put on the money flow because you'll see when I show you guys. And so in this example, we had Binance coin bouncing off a golden pocket or a Fibonacci level, a support level I was kind of looking at and planning in advance. And so with this, I saw price was making lower lows. Let me turn off my magnet tool here. As our oscillator or indicator was making higher lows. And so that's the first thing that I usually look for when trading these altcoins. The next thing I want to see is the money flow, which is right here. I want to see that doing the same thing. I want to see money flow coming up when we are planning on longing something. I also want to see RSIs, which are these lines you see on my chart. I kind of want to see them sticking together and coming together. They don't always have to come together, but it gives you extra confirmation and it increases the probability that it's going to be a winning trade. With these trades, what I also like to look at is lower time frames just to see what they are doing, and I want to see them kind of doing the same thing in a way. If we go back to our other example, I will go down to the 24-minute time frame and I want to see kind of the same thing happening. And indeed, we are seeing the same thing happening where we have a price is making a lower low. And on my indicator, Market Cipher, we see a divergence where we're seeing a higher low on our, ever so slightly on our indicator here, along with we're seeing money flow coming up. We see it curving up. And on these lower time frames, when using them, I want to see money flow coming up. That's really my main focus on using these lower time frames. With that, I like to check the 12-minute, and I can see price is making a lower low and money flow is coming up, which is a good sign. And here too, you can ever see a slight divergence in our indicator. And so with that too, you can zoom way down. Let's go to the 3 minute and look at the same thing way back here. And this too, you can see it pretty well, how we see money flow coming in, and we see a money flow coming up when we're looking in. Also, we can zoom into the 1 minute time frame and really look at money flow. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay. You can see here too that money flow is coming up. And this is how you know when it's going to be a good trade and price is going to reject or bounce from a level you have on your chart. Now that was some long trades that I was looking at. Now let's look at some short trades that I took earlier. What we are looking for is kind of the opposite in a way of looking for a long. We are looking for a short. And so in this case, we are looking for when price is making a higher high as our momentum waves or indicator waves are making a lower low. And so on this example, we had Luna coming up to a golden pocket along with it being a value area high of the range. The more confidence you have in a support or resistance, in this case a resistance, the better you're off winning the trade. And so on this example, we had divergences forming on the 3 hour time frame. And so when we go here, you can see price kind of making higher highs as momentum was coming down. And we also can see pretty well in this example, money flow coming down. With this, you want to look at lower time frames. So I went to the 24 minute and saw money leaving the asset. This is really clear in this one. You can see money coming down on the 24 minute. We went to the 12 minute and zoom out a little bit here. And you can see really well that money flow is coming down into the red. That means money is leaving the asset, therefore price is gonna be coming down. We also see, if we go to the 3 minute, you can also see the same thing. If we zoom out, you can see money flow coming down. And also you could see it on the 1 minute. If we zoom way out here, you can see money flow getting thicker. Therefore creating a divergence in price. Some common mistakes people make when trading these is first that they don't trade based off price going towards a level. Like in this example, there was no clear level marked on my chart or anywhere near. Another common example is we did have momentum making lower lows, but however, money flow was making higher highs. Therefore, it wasn't as a good of trade, and it can result in it being a low quality swing trade where you don't really get much out of the trade for itself. It's more as a scalp in a way, if anything. Another example of a great short, one that I didn't take and missed, but it was based on Solana, where we had price coming up, making higher highs. We also had a point of control, a golden pocket, and some VWAPs and whatnot. Basically, a bunch of resistance that acted as confluence. And so we had price making higher highs as momentum waves were making lower lows. And you can also see ever so slightly that money flow was coming down. This was based on the 2 hour. We can go to the 24 minute time frame, and this was kind of way back there. Let me scroll over. Here it is. Zoom out a little bit. And here too, you can see momentum waves are coming down as price is making higher highs. Here too, you can see the money flow decreasing and going into the red. This was a really nice short. We can go down to the 6-minute time frame and go over and see what happened here. Holy cow. Okay, here it is. And so zooming out a little bit, you can see momentum making lower lows and money flow kind of coming down. Can kind of see it making lower lows. Here's another example of a swing long that I took on Solana. It was based on the 2-hour time frame where we had price making lower lows as momentum was making higher lows. We also had money flow coming up. Let me draw a trend line on this. Money flow coming up too. We also had a key level of support that price was bouncing off of to add confluence, and so going to the lower time frames, you want to look for the same thing. In this case, I went to the 24-minute time frame, went back to where the trade was, and here you can see prices coming down as momentum waves are making lower lows. We also have the money flow coming up. Money flow is the most important when you're looking at these lower time frames to match with the higher time frame. You definitely want to make sure money flow is moving in the direction where you want price to move. And so to recap and put it all together, what we want to look for in these swing trades for altcoins is first, you want to see price coming to a level of support / resistance. Specifically, major resistance or support, I like to use Fibonacci, especially if it has more confluence with like a point of control, a naked daily point of control, a monthly support, just various other importance that adds confluence, which will add more probability of winning the trade. The second thing you want to see is divergences forming. Specifically with altcoins, I want to look for divergences forming on the 1 to 4 hour. And then, of course, you want to double check to see if divergences are forming on lower time frames like the 24-minute, 12-minute, and 6-minute. The third thing you want to look for is money flow moving in direction of where you want price to go. For example, you want to see money flow coming up when you are taking a long, and you want to see money flow coming down and leaving the asset when you are taking a short. And specifically, when looking at the money flow, it helps to go to lower time frames. Like in my examples, I was going down to the 24-minute, 12-minute, 6-minute, and looking at the money flow to see if they're kind of showing and doing the same thing as the higher time frame that you were looking at. The next thing you want to look for is RSIs coming together. It adds more probability of winning the trade. It isn't as important, but it adds extra confirmation to the swing trade, and it also increase probability of the swing trade. I hope you found this video of great use to you. If you guys like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, I'll be leaving a link in the description to the indicator market cipher that I use, along with a free Discord where I post all my trades. Thanks. Bye.